welcome to the Total Country Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Total Country Podcast. My name's Kevin Angel and thanks for joining me today. My guests today are the Adelaides, but before we get on to them, I want to tell you quickly about a live stream I'm hosting on the Total Country Podcast Facebook page on the 7th of August. If you're listening to this after that date, don't worry, you can still find the event on the video section of the Facebook page. On August 7th at 5pm BST, which is 11am Central, to celebrate the UK digital release of the documentary Bluebird, an accidental landmark that changed history, I'm hosting a Bluebird Cafe celebration, a fully live 3 or so hour event featuring live acts for the first 2 hours, which are TBC at the time of recording, and culminating in a fully interactive interview with Erica Woolham-Nichols, who's the COO/GM of the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, and alumni of this podcast, and she'll also be joined by the absolutely incredible Tony Arata, who you may know for helping Garth Brooks get his record deal and for writing one of his biggest hits, The Dance. On the night I'll be opening up the floor to questions, so if you have any for Erica or Tony, join me live, and who knows, we might even be able to get Tony to perform the dance. You can find more details on the Total Country Podcast Facebook page. Right, on to today's show. The Adelaides are a trio formed in Birmingham, England, who produce brilliantly catchy country pop songs that are loved by country and non-country fans alike. The band, comprising of Paris Georgia, Alicia Alba and Abby Phillips, have been country-to-country staples for the last few years, playing several times over the weekend and always smashing it. During that time, they've been featured regularly on Radio 2, including getting playlisted for their single Good Love, have opened for Michael Bublé in Hyde Park and supported the brilliant Charles Eston several times on his UK tours. Their current single, 7 Billion, is a catchy little slice of positivity and is sure to take the band to the next level of success. So here we go, my conversation with Paris, Alicia and Abby. Together, they make up the Adelaides. So I am joined by the Adelaides. Hello, how are you?
Hey. Hello. We're good. How are you?
Yeah, good. So we'll talk about how you've been busy over the last couple of months, kind of work-wise, I guess, in a little bit. But how have you been day to day? Have you started smashing through some box sets, or have you got a new hobby? Or
we've all done a bit of mix, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've
done nothing. We've all been on. I did nothing but bake first, and then I started to panic, thinking at some point we are going to be let out. And it would not be such a mess.
what have you been baking?
I did, obviously banana bread.
Yeah.
And then I was doing what I was calling, it was, to be fair, it was quite healthy. It was like this granola stuff.
Yeah.
But it's only healthy when you like to sprinkle it on things. But what I was doing was I was baking it and then I was eating a month's worth of granola in one day. And then like Thai curries, just like stuff.
Nice. Have you managed to meet as a group yet, or has it all been virtual? You have? Well, that's nice.
Yeah, a couple of times. We had like a barbecue to start with, didn't we? A social distance barbecue.
You have to say that.
Nice.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And then we met up a couple of times just to rehearse some stuff when the restrictions were lifted. So that was nice. Yeah, it's weird being away for so long because normally we used to seeing each other every week. So
yeah,
I can imagine. So let's get back to the very beginning of the Adelaides. Then, how did you form? Where did you meet? Elaborate on that.
This is always a question for Paris. Whenever we get asked this question, me and Alicia are like, over to you, Paris. Take it away.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's actually coming up to our 3rd year anniversary on Monday. So we're excited by that. But yeah, it's weird. We actually met. So me and Abby kind of knew each other about a year or so before the band formed, just through like music, just like around Birmingham and stuff like that. And then we saw Alicia's YouTube videos and thought she was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, so we just we got in touch with her and just asked her if she would be interested in being in a band, because a lot of people, you know, a lot of singers, female singers and stuff, just aren't really that interested in being part of a band all the time. So we were kind of like a bit nervous that she wouldn't
We got
be
turned down.
interested. Yeah.
Like, no, I don't do bands. And then we found Alicia, and we were like, she's better than you anyway.
Oh. Now, I was looking to join a band at the time anyway, weirdly enough, because I'd been a solo artist for a bit, and I love being a solo artist, but I always wanted to sort of explore being in a band. And I was looking for ages, and I didn't really find a band that was the sort of style that I wanted to do. I kind of gave up, and as soon as I gave up, like, Paris messaged me, and I was like, wow, this is weird.
So weird.
Yeah, so
I got the same message as you did. She probably copied and pasted it.
I probably did, yeah. Just changed the name.
Paris is the recruiter.
So when did the country thing come into it? Were you always looking to start off as sort of a country pop band, or did that come along later?
Pretty much, yeah. I think we were always kind of, because we all love country pop music anyway, so it kind of just seemed like the natural sort of way to go. And obviously, I mean, country pop is kind of growing a lot more in the UK now, so I don't know, we just love the genre, and we just thought we'll give it a go, see how far we get, and thankfully so far it's going quite good. So
Nice.
Until this kicked off.
So we'll go on, as you said, you've had some great success. I mean, you've had some amazing tour slots. I want to talk about the Charles Eston one in a bit. But you've been playlisted by Radio 2. You've got a really loyal fan base on the UK country scene as well, haven't you? I know you don't like to just define yourselves, you know, strictly as a country trio, but since we basically accepted you first, what does the support of the UK country scene mean to you guys?
Oh, it means a lot.
I mean, I feel like they're really open to hearing new artists, which is really nice. And I feel like because we've got like the label country pop, it kind of opens like other doors. It's like lets us be more flexible, and I feel like the country music fans in the UK are so, because obviously it's not as openly accepted as it is in America. It's almost like a community, and everybody's like really like warmly welcomed, and everyone's excited to hear new things, and it's just it's really nice. It's like a family type thing, I feel, in the UK.
You're pretty much a staple at C2Cs, I feel now as well. It's not one if you're not there.
That's nice.
And you got to play CMA Fest in Nashville last year as well, didn't you? How was that? I think you were one of like 4 UK acts. How
it was
US different?
It was crazy. We were super nervous for it, but so excited, because obviously it was kind of a lot of pressure, because we didn't know how they were going to react to us. And they literally made us feel so welcome, and we had the best response. So we absolutely loved it. We love obviously performing in the UK, and we obviously love performing in the US as well. It's sort of like a different vibe. It's but they're just so like what was that?
It's like bigger, isn't it? Everything's just like so much bigger.
And they're so passionate about it. It's just really lovely. Like you just feel, I don't know, you just feel like I don't know what the word is. What I'm trying to say. Help me out, guys.
We kind of felt like superstars, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, you walk in and we were on the Maui Gym stage, which is like for people in the UK, because I'd never heard of it before until we went there, but it's basically like the US version of Ray-Ban.
Yeah.
And they're like dead expensive sunglasses, and they were like, pick any, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm only used to like free tea and free vocal.
Yeah, free
so I was like, really? You can pick these? And she was like, yeah, pick any. And I was like, oh my god. And then after the performance, you kind of like ushered up to like a PR tent, and it's literally like full of like magazines, radio stations, interviews, stuff like that, which you don't really get. My dog's abandoned me now, which you don't get really in the UK. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Was the weather all right? Because it was horrible, wasn't it? Storming over there last year as well. Did you avoid it?
No.
We didn't storm properly, didn't we? Because in the morning it was like a toss up whether or not we were going to be able to perform, and I was like, well, that's stuck. Come on.
Do you remember? Because it was like thunderstorms all day, and then the sun came out just for our set for it lasted half an hour, and then as soon as we went back off stage, it started raining again, and then the rain, I think, got cancelled, didn't it?
Yeah.
We were so lucky to be able to do that perform. We were so lucky. Yeah, it's crazy.
So let's bring things more up to date then. You've got a new single out. It's called 7 Billion. It's so catchy. Such a feel-good tune. Talk to me about that song.
Who wants to talk?
Go on then, I'll go. Well, we wrote this the last time we were in Nashville, wasn't it? I think in June.
Yeah, it was
yeah, we wrote it with our producer, and basically, like, we were sat in a session, and we just thought we just really needed like a power song, basically, something that kind of represented us three, but also that other people can relate to as well. So like the lyrics in the song, they all come from experiences that we personally have had as a trio and like individually as well. But we really felt like the message was like we wanted people to kind of believe in themselves, because so many people get just like, you know, knocked down all the time, especially when you're in like the public eye or whatever. Like when you're in a band on stage and stuff, people are so quick to judge. And I think so many people as well just experience that, and we just wanted something that kind of lets our fans know that you can just be who you want to be and just don't worry about anybody else, basically. So that's where it came from.
Was it always going to be the next single, or did you change it up for? It feels very apt right now. I didn't know if you thought that maybe this was the time to get this one out.
Well, yeah, I mean, we didn't really plan it, did we? Because to be honest, like, because of everything with coronavirus, we didn't really know what the next thing was going to be for us. We had originally planned to release an album, but that has obviously been pushed back now because we just didn't feel like it was the right time. So when it came to like a new single, obviously with everything going on in the world, like Black Lives Matter, you know, movement and everything else, we just felt like 7 Billion was the perfect song to sort of represent all of those things.
And you filmed a video in lockdown as well. That must have been quite strange.
That was interesting.
It was funny. My dad was like being so distracting. I was like, obviously, like filmed it in my kitchen. He was just there watching. I was like, Dad, can you not? Like, that's so distracting.
You just filmed it in.
Yeah, we filmed it at home, all individually, obviously. And I remember thinking, I don't know how I feel about this whole like situation, like filming a music video at home. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. But it actually turned out amazing, and we love it because it's just sort of just like a raw kind of video, and it's just extra special because of the whole situation. And obviously we've got loads of people involved and all sorts of different people, and every time I watch it, it kind of makes me feel emotional because I'm like, it's just so different. Like, we're never going to do like that sort of thing again. Yeah. So I actually really love it. It's probably our favourite. Oh no, we've only got one more music video. Yeah, is that right? Good luck.
Out of the two,
I love 7 Billion. It's different. It's always going to stand out to be different.
Out of all two of them.
And as you said, you wrote this one in Nashville, didn't you, with your producer, Femke?
Yeah.
Whose surname I've tried to pronounce, so I'm not going to do her the misjustice
I just guess.
pronouncing it. I think is it Wyduma? Wyduma?
I have
Who
no idea.
knows? Anyway, who wrote Good Love with? Obviously, she's a powerhouse of songwriting. I mean, her work alone is incredible. And she's won a Grammy, which is all right. How did that partnership come about?
We well, to be fair, our manager found her and basically was just like, we're going to go and record your album in Nashville. and Femke's going to be producing it, and we were like, sweet, okay. So that's how it came about. But we had a writing session with her, and we wrote Good Love in 2 hours.
Nice.
And then just writing with her is just so fast. I think it's because we're so used to the way that we write, and then she adds like a completely different dimension, a way of working. We normally kind of start off with either like lyrics or some sort of like guitar riff or a melody that one of us has had, whereas Femke starts off with the beat. So which is why we get these different vibe songs with her, because she's very like she's very good at producing, so she incorporates like different ideas with different beats and stuff, which add a different dimension to our set, which was cool. So yeah, it's a really good partnership, and she's just awesome. Awesome. Our manager hates it when I say the word awesome.
Very American.
Yeah.
So are you sitting on the album just waiting for it to come out?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's on it yet.
Yeah, we need to decide what's going on it because we have too many songs at the minute. So we need to discuss that. But it's gonna be next year now. Yeah. Is
it frustrating just sitting on all this work that you just want people to hear?
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
I'm also quite excited for people, like, I don't know, the build-up and the tension is also quite exciting as well, though.
Yeah.
I feel like a live performance is probably going to come back with a vengeance, and I don't know what it is. I feel like before lockdown, I feel like I definitely took like simple things for granted, and I feel like you go to a gig and you're like, oh, it's just a gig, but now like I'm gonna go to a gig and I'll be like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So I feel like people are gonna enjoy like the atmosphere and stuff more, and I don't know, I feel like people are gonna really be excited about coming to performances again, and I don't know, I feel like there's a positive to it. I mean, you've got to try and look at the positives.
And you're already booked for a festival, aren't you? Already confirmed for the Long Road 2021, which is a while away, but it's something to work towards.
Yeah, that'll be a good one though. We played that a couple of years ago, didn't we? And that was an amazing festival. So excited to do that again.
Yeah, I've heard everyone that plays it absolutely loves that event.
And it's Midlands based.
It is.
Yeah.
No trouble for us.
So
No travel.
Let's talk about your collaboration with Charles Eston. If people haven't heard it, press pause on this, go and listen to it, come back. You've covered the song Sanctuary, which is like the defining song of the Nashville TV programme. I was going to say something then, but I can't really, because obviously it's a big spoiler if people are watching it in lockdown and haven't seen it yet. But it comes at a poignant part in the programme. I've already done that once and ruined it for people. How did that opportunity come about?
Go on, Abs.
He's just honestly one of the best people you could ever meet, and he knew that we were massive fans of Nashville and of him, because the first time he ever watched us perform in person was when we were in Nashville the first time, and we actually had Sanctuary in our set. And we were like, oh my God, like, no pressure. He was literally in the bloody front row. And we were like, oh, he was like watching us. And then, I don't know, we've formed like such an amazing relationship with him over both tours. And I can't even remember whether it was his idea or whether it was our idea to do a cover, but he was just so up for it, and he's just so great.
Yeah, because on both tours we had about 5 songs, I think, or maybe even more than that we did on his set as well, and Sanctuary was one of them, and it just always goes down so nicely, and the audience obviously loved that song. So on the second tour, like, there came a point where the idea came up to record it live and then release it as like a live single duet kind of thing, which we were obviously well up for. So, yeah.
What's he like on tour? Nothing like Deacon, hopefully, I would imagine.
He's a lot happier than Deacon.
Yeah, he's so much fun. Like, their whole team are just such nice people to be around. It's like a little family. And we just have such a laugh, like, because we're on the bus as well.
Yeah.
Which is great, and we have such a great time. We all get on so well, and it's just a positive atmosphere, like, all the time. So it's just really nice. We felt so comfortable all the time, and yeah, we're still in touch with them all as well. We're all really good friends. So yeah, they're just lovely people. They really are.
We also have this tradition now that we do. So we have a shot of Jack Daniels before every gig.
He is a bad influence.
So he started it, and now it's just becoming a tradition for us, hasn't it? So.
It was funny because at the beginning of the last tour, I'd just been on holiday, and I was in the airport, and I was like, because it was literally like a week after I got back, and then we were going to be going on tour. So I was like, what can I get for everyone from the airport for a tour? And I got everyone shot glasses. And then he came in our dressing room and he was like, I got you all a present. That's such bad accent. I got you all a present. I got you all a present. And I was like, I got you guys a present. And we opened it. It was like all shot glasses.
Yeah.
So he bought us shot glasses and I'd bought us all shot glasses. We had like 20 shot glasses.
So you mentioned a bit earlier, but let's have a bit of a chat about songwriting. Do you write together? Do you bring ideas separately? Talk me through that.
Bit of a mix, I suppose. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a mix. I mean, mostly we write together, don't we? But I mean, it always usually starts off with one of us has an idea or like a melody or a lyric idea or something, and we tend to just bring it to the other two, and then it kind of just goes from there, really. Yeah.
And when you start putting harmonies and stuff together, is there someone that kind of heads that up, or is that? Okay.
I can't pick out. It's so annoying. I can pick out a higher harmony, but I cannot pick for the life of me lower harmony. I just can't hear it. And my voice doesn't like to go up there. My voice likes to stay down there.
So here's one. It's usually with musicians. It's usually the last track they've released. But do you have a favourite song of yours?
I do, but it's not released yet.
I knew you were going to say that.
Spoiler alert!
You mean from stuff we've already released?
Yeah, go with some. Yeah.
Right.
That would be helpful. I think. Ooh, that's hard. I think I've got to say "Good Love" purely because when we released it and it was played on Radio 2 and everything, was such a buzz around it, and obviously filming the music video in Nashville and stuff, it was just such an amazing experience for me, so I'd probably say that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Do you want to change your answer, Abby?
No, she doesn't.
I've got a few favourites that just aren't released yet, so I'm going to be mysterious, I'm afraid.
That wasn't Abby. That wasn't the question.
What do you mean? Oh, do I have to change it?
No, you can keep it. It's fine.
Okay, I've got to pick one.
Go on.
Go.
I love I'd Do It Again, but there was just like no video or anything, and it was really strange the way we released that. Our manager was like, oh yeah, by the way, we're releasing this, and we were like, oh. And then like, half of our fans were like, we didn't realise you'd released the single. We were like, neither did we. But yeah, I love I'd Do It Again, but I think that's because it really gives me like Carrie Underwood Before He Cheats vibes, and I just really love that song.
Yeah,
good choice.
It's a bit badass.
Do you have like songwriters that you kind of aspire to or benchmark yourselves on, or is there anyone?
I've got favourite songwriters, but our genre of music is really different to theirs. But I do sometimes nick styles from them. So like I love Julia Michaels, I love her phrasing.
I love her.
I love lyrics. And I love Lauv as well, but he's definitely
I'm a big fan of them. Yeah.
So I love a lot of people, so
cool. We'll go with that. So we'll start wrapping it up. So I know it's a hard question, but what's next for you? Are you gonna stick another single out, or can't you say? Or
we're not really sure. We do have like a few things in the pipeline for mainly for next year. Really, we're not announcing them just yet. But I mean, it's definitely something to kind of keep an eye out for soon, hopefully. But I mean, as far as this year, I think it's kind of a write-off, isn't it?
What happened to the optimism? Where's the positivity gone?
Optimism for next year. I was like, I can't believe we all waited up until bloody midnight at the end of 2019 and all shouted Happy New Year for this crap we have received this year.
I think we'll continue to do lots of like cover videos and stuff, online things. We're going to do some live streams as well soon, and stuff like that, really. Yeah, we started a TikTok channel, so feel free to follow us on there.
We need all the followers we can get. We've got 5.
So, last 2 questions, and all interviews with this. I did give you a heads up on this one before we started recording, so you should have answers. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your lives, what would it be?
For me,
anything involving potato.
Potato.
Anything involving potatoes for me. I can't.
That's so random. I would probably say a Sunday roast for me.
Okay.
I think I would say spaghetti carbonara, but only made by my mom. Like, not from anyone else. Just my mom.
Yeah.
Special recipe and all that.
Do you want to narrow down your potato option? That's very broad.
Now I'm confused. I love, what do I love? Steak and chips. I love steak and chips. Sauce for the vegans. Okay, well.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Pancakes with lemon and sugar or Nutella. Not all together. But...
Oh, makes me hungry.
Good.
And a side of gin.
Literally ruined the last question.
Oh, really? Was that the last question? What's your favourite drink?
If you could have one drink for the rest of your life, Abby, is it gin?
Oh, yeah, it's gin with a tonic and elderflower cordial. That's my staple.
Do you have a favourite gin?
I do. It's Martin Miller.
Oh, okay.
It's one of my favourites.
Martin Miller.
You need to try it.
I don't know what my. To be honest, I'd probably say honey Jack Daniels and Diet Coke. That's probably what I'd say.
I'm very disappointed that wasn't margarita.
Oh yeah, margarita.
I love margarita.
I do love margarita.
I would have to say gin as well. I love a raspberry gin, or a nice traditional cup of tea.
I knew you'd say a cup of tea.
So me and Paddy are like straight tequila. Gin is like
I can't get through the day without a cup of tea. I just can't do it.
What about if it was a spirit or... Oh, gin, you picked gin.
Yeah, gin. Yeah,
raspberry gin.
Raspberry gin. Mm-hmm.
Let's leave it there. Where can people find you on social media? Are you nice and easy to find?
Yeah, and we've recently been verified on Instagram, which is pretty good. So now when you type in the Adelaides, you should find us straight away with the ones with the blue tick. So that's good.
Nice.
Hashtag verified.
Let's leave it there. The Adelaides, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. My chat with the Adelaides there, with thanks to Chris Hewlett for arranging that one, and the Adelaides for taking the time out on a Saturday during lockdown to chat to me. I did say to them before the recording it was pouring down with rain, so I didn't feel bad for keeping them from a pub garden. The Adelaides' current single 8 Billion is available now. You can find more information about the band on their website, which is theadelaides.com. You can find all their social media links on there also. If you like the podcast, please do like, subscribe, rate it, review it, etc. All that stuff. It really does help massively. You can find the show wherever you listen to podcasts, and the show is on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, all using the handle Total Country Pod. If you want to contact the show, please drop an email to totalcountrypod@gmail.com. My guest next time is one I've been trying to sort for months, with Nashville-based singer-songwriter Kaylin Robinson. Kaylin hails originally from Raleigh, North Carolina, and in her short career has already played slots at the highly respected Song Suffragettes Night and has 2 singles out now. But that's next time, so until then, I've been Kevin, you've been great, thanks for listening, keep it country, bye for now.